Tournament Fishing Radio is proud to present the Central Pro-Am Winning Edge, where Pro-Am champions share their keys to victory. The 2013 season started at Table Rock Lake with the Bass Pro Shops Fall Spectacular. 64 pro and amateur anglers competed for 2 days for thousands in cash. Dave Bewley was the only co-angler division competitor to bring in a limit both days. Let's hear how he made it happen.
Well, we actually fished the windiest points that we could find. The key for us was finding the flat points that had chunk rock, pea gravel mix. All of our fish came out of 1 foot or less, but we had the points had to have a direct hit of wind. We noticed even if we got around the point just a little bit, and even if there was wind on that point, if it didn't have the direct force, we didn't catch fish, and that was the key for us. On Saturday, we had 5 or 6 points that we rotated on, and my partner again on Sunday, we went to a completely different part of the lake, and we had 4 points that we just kept going over and over and over and hitting those points throughout the day. And that's how we caught our fish. Caught them on a wiggle wart, natural crawl, and most of the fish came out of a foot or less of water. On Saturday, we fished here around the Kimberling City up towards the White in the mouth of the James. And then today we were down by the dam and fished down by the dam today. But the patterns were exactly the same. Matter of fact, we didn't have a fish either day up until around 10:30 when the wind started to blow, and when it really started to pick up and get gusty is when we were really able to catch our fish. In some cases, we'd get on a certain point within a 20 or 30 yard stretch. We'd catch 2 to 4 keepers off of that one particular point. Yeah, there were some points that were a little bit better because we actually got to the point where we were looking strictly for the flat, tapered, chunk rock, pea gravel, gradual slope type points, but they weren't on every single point. If you fished 3 of those types of points, they would be on one particular point. And we made a point to go back to those 3, and it was really ironic. It was always the same point that we caught the fish off of.
Joe Brantley bested the Pro Division field with 26.5 pounds. This is how he got it done.
I caught them all on wiggle wart and jig. Flip docks yesterday morning. Caught a little small limit, and then I picked up a wart, stayed with it the rest of the day. I guess the last hour yesterday I picked up spinnerbait, caught a couple that really didn't help much, if any. Today I just decided I wasn't going to pick a jig up at all and just put a wart in my hand and stayed with it all day.
Is there one end of the lake better for you than another?
No, I fished from the dam to Joe Ball area. There was spells through the day, both days, that you'd go for an hour without a bite, but I don't think it was a matter of the area. I think it was just the timing of the day. Anything with chunk rock, and it had to have deep water close. That was pretty much the key. You could get on a chunk rock bank that was flat, and I couldn't catch them. But if there was deep water close, I could get bit. So.
Wind important?
Yesterday I thought it was a big key. I didn't get to practice at all for this, and I come down, and so normally you think wiggle wart, you got to have wind. So yesterday morning, I threw it for about an hour and never got bit, so I put it down and picked up the jig, and when the wind picked up yesterday, I picked up the wart. Today, I decided I wasn't going to mess with that jig today, and I caught 5 within the first hour with no wind. So I don't think the wind really affected today. Until the sun came out. Now, once the sun came out, I think the wind had a lot to help. I mean, it helped. I only had, I think, 3 keeper bites around the main lake point. Everything else was in the creeks. You could get bit in the very back, but the majority of the backs of the creeks had boats in them, so I didn't affect with that at all. I didn't mess with it. I just went down. I'd start on a point and I'd just go down the bank. And once I fished enough and I felt like they wasn't there, I just left. I mean, it was just kind of you get the feel whether they're there or not, and you just go on, so.
With the 2013 kickoff in the books, Central Pro-Am anglers look to Stockton Lake in mid-March for the second event of the season. Anglers will need to perform in every event to make the year-end championship at Lake of the Ozarks. Tournament Fishing Radio will bring you the action from Stockton next time on the Central Pro-Am Winning Edge.